Aman? Cek. Okay. Okay, student. Storytelling competition will be start, and then please welcome representative number 1, Shifa Akila from SMK Islam Al Amanah. Please welcome.
Thanks. What will you do if your life was promised to a monster? This is not just a story. This is the fight to survive. I'm Shifa Akila, and here's the story of Timun Mas. Once upon a time, in a quiet village in Java, lived a lonely widow named Srini. One night, she looked up at the sky and prayed. Dear God, please give me a child. I don't want to be alone anymore. Suddenly, a deep voice answered. I can grant your wish. Who are you? I am Buto Ijo. I can give you a child, but one day she will be mine. Srini was surprised, but she whispered, Yes, I do anything to have a child. The giant gave her a camera seed. She planted a seed. Time passed. One day, a golden cucumber grew in her garden. What is this? Oh, a beautiful baby! Finally! Thank God! I will name you Timun Mas, my precious child. Years passed. Timun Mas grew into a kind and brave girl. Mother, I will always stay with you. Srini smiled, but deep inside, she was worried. One day, a loud voice shook the ground. I'm back! Where's the girl? Srini stood in front of her daughter. Please, give us more time. No more time! It's time to belong to me! Tonight, Srini went to a hermit. Please, save my daughter. The hermit gave her 4 small eggs. Give this to Timun Mas and tell her to run. The next morning, Timun Mas, listen to me. Take this and run as fast as you can. Mother, what's happening? No time to explain, just run. Run, don't stop, don't look behind. Hear the danger close in time. Step by step, don't lose your way. Don't let fear make you stay. Timun Mas ran as fast as she could. Behind her, the gunshot. You can't escape. The giant roared. Timun Mas opened the first bag and drew the camera seat. Then a forest appeared. Ha ha ha! You think you can stop me? The giant shouted broke to it. No, it's still coming. Timun Mas opened the second bag and drew the needles. Then the sharp bamboo spike appeared. Ah! He screamed, but he continued chasing. I can give up. I'm so tired, but I can't stop. Timun Mas opened the third bag and threw the salt. Then a white sea appeared. No! 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 He roared, but he crossed it. Timun Mas looked back in fear. No, still coming. This is my last chance. You are mine! No, I will never give up. Timun Mas opened the last bag and threw the shrimp press. Then the ground turned into whole sticky mud. What is this? No! Help me! I can't move! Slowly he sank deeper and deeper, and then the giant disappeared forever. Timun Mas fell down. I made it! Timun Mas ran home. Mother! Mother! Timun Mas, you are safe! And finally, Timun Mas lived happily together with her mother and this, and the monster was defeated. And we remember the winner takes it all. The monster has to fall. So, what we can learn from the story? The courage is not about being afraid, but having the strength to face your fear, no matter how big the danger, no matter how strong the enemy, if you believe and never give up. Because in the end, goodness will always win, and evil will always fall. I'm Shiva Agustin. That's all my story. Thank you.
Oke, thank you, Siva.
Iya,
Oh, harus ditulis menitnya ya? Berapa? Sisanya 30 berarti 6:30 tulis. Ditulis ya.
Tadi berapa waktunya? 6:30. Oke. Oh. Oh iya. Nanti bisa. Terus gimana dong?
Iya soalnya ini fotonya.
Bisa Nita. Ini enggak.
Masih dik. Ada. Langsung ibu. Okay. Contestant number 1 has delivered their story. And then now, please welcome contestant number 2, Gina Mariana from SMK Puspo Negoro Brebes. Please welcome Gina Mariana.
Teks.
Oh God, if I am wrong, please me. Not her, not my child. I raised her, I took care of her. But why she seem to call me mom? If her heart has turned cold, let her feel a mother pain. Oh, hello, honorable judges, ladies and gentlemen. That was only the beginning. By the way, before we start the story, let me introduce myself first. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Gina Mariana from Vocational High School Pusponegoro, Brebes. I am in grade 11. Today, I will tell you a story from Indonesian legend titled Batu, Menangis, the Crying Stone from West Kalimantan. Long ago, in a small and a quiet village, far from the noisy city, there was an old story that never truly ended. Have you ever felt ashamed of the person who loved you the most? Have hurtful words ever slipped out before your heart had time to think? Listen carefully, because this story might be about us. Once upon a time, there lived a mother and her daughter. A mother was simple. Her clothes were old. Her steps were slow, but her daughter so beautiful, too beautiful to ever feel satisfied. Every morning, they walked through the village road, and every step carried a prayer. With a soft voice, the mother called her. Darmi, wait for me. The road is slippery. The daughter answered coldly. Just hurry up, Mom. Day by day, the village showed a change. Not on the girl's face, but in her heart. She used to walk beside her mother, but now she kept her distance. She began to feel ashamed, not of her mistakes, but of her own mother. Feeling uneasy, she told her mother, Mom, don't walk too close. People are watching to me. The mother smiled and asked softly, what are they watching, Darmi? But the daughter answered coldly, Mom, can you see it? They are looking at us. Looking at me, Mom. You can imagine how a mother feels when the child she loves With a shaking voice, the mother said, "What do you mean, Darmi? I just..." Without waiting, her daughter cut her off and said loudly, "Mom, just listen to me and don't argue again. I don't want people to think I came from a family like this." Hearing that, the mother's heart broke. She stayed for a moment and walked away slowly, if that made her daughter feel better. And from that moment, the seed of pride began to grow. One day, they passed a busy market. Many people were amazed by the daughter's beauty. But in the middle of the crowd, someone asked, "Hello, pretty girl. Who is the woman behind you? Is she your mother?" The daughter shocked and answered loudly, full of shame, "What do you mean? No, of course not. She is not my mother. She is just a servant following me." Ew. She said it again and again. Every word slowly hurt her mother's heart. Finally, the mother could not take it anymore. She stopped and sat down, and tears fell from her eyes. And she raised her hand and prayed, "Oh God, if I made a mistake in raising her, please punish me. But if her heart has turned cold, don't let her forget that she once called me Mom." The prayer was not loud, but it was enough to make the earth listen. Suddenly, the sky turned dark and heavy rain began to fall. Slowly, something strange happened. The daughter's body slowly turned into stone. In panic, she calling, "Mom!" She crying and begging, "Mom, help me! I'm sorry!" But it was too late. The mother stayed silent, holding the deep pain in her heart. The change continued. The daughter's body slowly turned into stone, and her legs could not move. Since that day, she could no longer move. Her body became stone, and her cries were gone. You know what? This story reminds us to never hurt our parents and never feel ashamed of them. While they are still here, respect them, love them, and care for them. Thank you for your attention. I hope you learned something from this story. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Kembalinya ke sana. Oh, ya.
Boleh, nggak tahu. Aduh, apa itu? Oh, maaf. Nggak tahu ya. Sini. Nyaman nggak? Terima kasih ya.
Okay. Contestant number 2 has delivered the story and then go on to the contestant number 3, Nelam Febriani from SMK 1 Bulakamba. Please welcome.
And I don't know how it gets better than this. You take my hand and drag me head first. Feelings. Good morning, honorable judges and my lovely friends. My name is Nelam Febriani, and today I will bring you a magical story entitled Cinderella. Let's begin. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful young girl named Cinderella. She lived with her stepmother and 2 stepsisters. They were jealous of Cinderella's beauty and kindness. Therefore, they treated Cinderella like a servant. Cinderella! The floor! Cinderella! Where's the clothes now? Hurry up! Cinderella did all the housework alone, mopping the floor, washing clothes, everything. Oh, sing, sweet nightingale, sing, sweet nightingale. Oh, sing, sweet nightingale, sing, sweet nightingale. Oh. Even though she was tired, she tried to stay strong. One day, a messenger came and announced, Announcement! Announcement! The prince will have a grand ball tonight. All young ladies are invited. Cinderella's stepsisters, upon hearing the invitation, were very excited. Oh, no. We don't meet the prince. We must look beautiful. Let's go shopping. Cinderella's stepsisters went shopping and left Cinderella behind. Cinderella was very sad to see them. The day of the ball arrived. Cinderella's stepsisters called Cinderella to help them get ready. After helping them, Cinderella asked to her stepmother, "Mom, may I go to the ball?" The stepmother, who heard it, immediately laughed loudly. "Who do you think you are, huh? The prince is looking for a wife, not a servant. Besides, you don't have a dress to wear to the ball." Cinderella was heartbroken and began to cry. Suddenly, poof! A very good mother appeared. "Do not cry, Cinderella. I will help you." With a wave of her wand, poof! A pumpkin turned into a beautiful carriage. Poof! Mice became strong horses, and Cinderella's old dress transformed into a sparkling gown. Poof! very good mother. Everything is so beautiful. Thank you. Cinderella said. But remember, Cinderella, you must come back before midnight. Cinderella is in a palace. There are many nice-looking young ladies, but she is the prettiest of all. The prince saw Cinderella and fell in love at first sight. The prince walked to her and said, "You are very beautiful. May I dance with you?" Cinderella nodded politely. They danced all night. But then the clock rang. Dong, 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 dong. Oh no, it's midnight. Cinderella ran away and left one glass slipper. The prince picked it up and said to his bodyguard, "Find the owner of this glass slipper. If necessary, ask all the girls in this country to try it on." The prince and his men traveled through the kingdom looking for the beautiful lady from the poem. Finally, they come to Cinderella's house. Cinderella's stepsisters were very excited to turn the glass slipper. This will definitely fit my foot. Oh, this glass slipper is so small. It hurts me. Cinderella's stepsisters turned the glass slipper, but it didn't fit their feet at all. Cinderella's stepsisters. Then Cinderella approached them. "May I turn it on, please?" When Cinderella tried it, it fit perfectly. The prince knew it was her from her eyes. "Time is up. You are the one. Will you marry me?" And they live happily ever after. And the moral value is never losing hope. Thank you. Bentar.
Mas, dipanggil yang 456.
456 masuk. 4 masuk. Urut 4 masuk.
Yang kalau apa? Yang nanti dilihat lebihnya berapa ya? Yang diutamakan yang pas, ya kan? Gitu ya. Dilihat nanti.
Enggak.
Okay. Contestant number 3 has delivered the story, and then go on to the next contestant. Please welcome contestant number 4 from SMK Bisma Kersana. Please welcome Mukhtar Kusuma Atmaja. Okay.
Good morning everyone. Today I would like to tell you a folktale from Indonesia called Bujangata, which means the frog prince. Long time ago in a quiet little village, there lived an old widow. She lived all alone. Every night she prayed, "Dear God, please give me a child. I promise I will love them with all my heart." Instead, she gently picked up the frog. "My child, I will call you Bujangata." Years passed, Bujangata grew up. He could speak, he could think, and he loved his mother very much. "Mom, I'm grown up now. I want to get married." "Married? But you are a frog. We would marry you." But Bujangata said confidently, "Please go to the palace. Ask the king if one of his soldiers will marry me." His mother felt embarrassed because he loved her son. The princess heard the proposal. Married a frog. The second princess was shook her head. "I will never marry a frog." The third princess, the three princess sighed, "Father, I will marry him." And the wedding day arrived. Something magical happened. A pride-like appearance. A frog. A frog from and the handsome prince. Long story short, the prince, the princess, and the old mother happy life. Mess by story me don't judge book its cover. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you for contestant number 4, and then go on to the contestant number 5. Please welcome Maulida Amira from SMK Bina Bangsa Kersana.
Di sini boleh.
Nggak usah duduk, nggak apa-apa.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. Honorable of the judges, honorable audience, and all of participants. My name is Maulida Amira Putri. I am from Vocational High School of Bina Bangsa Kersana. Today I will tell you story with the title Dewi Arum. Once upon a time, there was peaceful kingdom led by a wise king named Jati-Pati. The people lived happily together even though they came from different backgrounds. The king had 2 daughters, Dewi Padmi and Dewi Arum. They were kind, helpful, and loved by everyone. One day, Dewi Padmi became very sick. The king tried everything, but nothing worked. It turned out a wicked witch named Bawang had cursed her. She was jealous of the kingdom's happiness. The witch said, I will cure Dewi Padmi, but you must give me Dewi Arum. The king was shocked and very sad. Then, one day, the witch spread lies and made the people fight each other. Dewi Arum bravely said, "Stop fighting! We are one family!" Slowly, the people calmed down and made peace again. The witch became very angry. Give me Dewi Arum, or I will destroy this kingdom. Dewi Arum said to her father, "Father, it's okay. I will go to save everyone." On a full moon night, Dewi Arum met the witch. When the witch tried to hurt her, something amazing happened. A sweet fragrance spread everywhere. The witch screamed, I can breathe. I can breathe. Then, one day, the witch lost her power and disappeared. Deli Arum returned home safely, and her sister was finally cured, and the kingdom was peaceful again. From this story, we learn to live in harmony, respect each other, and be brave to do what is right. Thanks for your attention. Have a nice day. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, thank you. Oke kan?
Iya, maaf.
Contestant number 5 has delivered the story, and then gone to contestant number 6. Ovi Ratnawati from SMK N1 Tonjong. Please welcome.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. Good morning the honorable judges. My name is Ovi Ratnawati from Vocational High School 1 Tanjang. Today, I want to tell you a story about my hometown. The story of Bara and Pasa. Bara is the white land and Pasa is the flowing water. When these two names joined, name was born that we still say today, Brebes. But my friends, when you hear Brebes, what do you think of? It is the salty taste of salted egg, or maybe the smell of fresh shallots in the market. Yups, you are right. But listen closely. Long before the smell of shallots, this land smelled of courage. Brebes was not born in pits. It was born from the sound of clashing blades and a promise that could not be broken. Close your eyes, forget the salted egg, forget the shawl, forget the market, forget the shallots. Instead, hear the thunder, feel the trembling earth, and we are going back to 1678. The story began when the great kingdom of Mataram was hit by a massive storm. The Tunaraja rebellion has destroyed the place. Boom, 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 boom. And King Amangkurattu was destroyed. In his desperation, the king turned to the Dutch for help. However, Dutch help was not free. The Dutch demanded a very high price. They want the entire northern coast of Java, including the Gulf and surrounding areas. This was the moment where the pride of a nation was put to the test. One day, a meeting was held in Jatpara. The air felt cool and healthy. King Amangkurattu sat with the Dutch official ready to sign the deal. Arya Martapura, one of the leader of the Gulf, chose to obey the king to save their position. But Arya Martapura, the brave leader of the Gulf, stood up. His bolt boiled with anger. He could not watch his homeland be sold to the invaders. And Arya Martalaya say, "Burn our ancestors! How can we give our land to the Dutchess for power? I will never let this betrayal happen!" And Arya Martapura say, "Don't be a fool, Martalaya. We need the Dutch to survive. Without them, Mataram will fall." "I will rather leaders fought what they believed in. But sadly, it was a fight with no winner. In the end, both men fell together. They died in a pool of blood for their honor. The next day, the kingdom was silenced in the morning. King Amangkurattu called Arya Suralaya the brother of fallen Martalaya, and King Amangkurattu said, Suralaya, your brother is gone, but his fire must live on. Today, I divided the Gaul into two. The east stay as the Gaul, but the west, from the branch of the Pamali River, I give it to you. It shall be in an independent land, the regency of Brebes. On that day, Brebes was officially born. From that moment on, Brebes stood on its own feet. It is more than just a place on the map, but it is a symbol of freedom born from warriors' blood. So remember, Brebes is not just about para and Bahasa. It's about self-respect. It teaches us to say no to injustice. That is the spirit that flows in our fans today. Thank you, thanks for your attention, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you next time.
Mas, yang ke 7, 8, 9. 7, 8, 9. Come on.
Jadi alat andi.
Sehat Pak, ya Allah.
Gimana?
Alhamdulillah.
Lancar ya?
Lancar.
Luar biasa.
Gimana Pak?
Good. Jenengan sama siapa?
Miss Asri.
Oh, iya. Yes, okay.
7, 8, 9. Come on. You may enter the room.
Iya, masuk. Ayo.
Yes.
Mau ambil tas?
Okay, come on.
Anakku.
Yes. Ini temanmu.
Iya.
Lu mau pakai meja? Meja ini diangkat. Yes. Lu nanti dulu. Bisa dipanggil.
Di tengah, Mas.
Oh, di tengah apa di mana posisinya? Tuh. No, nanti di rapiin. Samping kita.
Sini aja.
Samping sini apa sini? Nanti kamu ngangkat sendiri.
Ini bisa lagi fotonya. Ya, udah bisa.
Okay. Okay, contestant number 6 has delivered the story, and then go on to the next contestant. Please welcome contestant number 7, Nur Afni from SMK 1 Brebes. Come on. Ya dong. Nah.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hello everyone, hello judges. I'm Nur Afni Fahrisia from Vocational High School State 1 Brebes. Today, I'm gonna be telling you a story entitled Legend of Netung Kasarong. Long time ago, in a kingdom, there lived a king named Prabu Tapa Agung. He ruled this kingdom very wisely, but he did not have any son to inherit his throne. He had two daughters. The first daughter is Purbararang, and the second daughter is Purbasari. Purbararang was very mean to everyone, but Purbasari is a soft and kind-hearted girl. The king thought Purbasari deserved to be the next queen. He told her doctor that she will rule the kingdom. Hearing that, Purbararang became mad. OMG, hello! Dad, is this for real? She's gonna be the next queen? What about me? Dad, please. No matter how hard Purbararang begged her dad, he would not listen. So she went to a wicked witch and had a wicked plan. Hey witch! Hey! I came here because I want to ask you something. I want to ruin my sister's life! She had dared to take daughter from me! Then the witch replied, Princess Purbararang! You've come to the right place. Just give me diamonds and jewelry. Your sister is gonna be miserable. Then, soon after, Purbasari walked into town. Then she suddenly heard something behind her. Hey, princess! You look so beautiful. Do you want me to ruin your life? No! It doesn't matter. You are going to be miserable. What happened to me? My skin, my breath. Somebody please help me. My skin is burning. Purbasari kept crying and crying. She can't do nothing. Father, look at little sister. She's all ugly now. And we don't want to her gossip in this kingdom, alright? So, Dad, you should kick her out. Unless you want to make this kingdom curse because of her. Then, after that day, Purbasari exiled into the forest. I saw what happened to me. I wish that this misery than here. Suddenly, she heard something behind her. Hey, you look beautiful. My name is Netung Kasarong. Nice to meet you. Purbasari was very shocked to see a monkey that can talk. But soon after, Purbasari became very friendly with the monkey. So one day, Netung Kasarong had a wonderful idea. Hey, princess! You look beautiful today. Now, come here and follow me. Come here. Yeah. You shall take a bath here and everything will be back as normal. Said the monkey. Purbasari seemed skeptical about it. She thought it cannot be true. But instead, she followed and listened to what he said. Oh my God! My skin! Soon after, Purbasari was back to her original form. So, then Purbasari went to the kingdom. Her sister became enraged, something like that, and she was afraid that Purbasari would like back the throne. Hey sister! Oh, you're finally not so ugly. But, by the way, you're just a less other version of me. What about with the competitions? Was longer here? Again with this! But Purbarang became shocked that Purbasari here was a longer. This can be true! I have an idea. Let's meet my fiancé over here. Which is fiancé is more handsome? Be the next queen. Period!
Purbasari fiancé.
Said Lutung Kasarong. Your fiancé is a raging monkey? Disgusting. Suddenly, Lutung Kasarong stepped forward and he became a very handsome young man. Then, upon saying that, Purbasari was very excited that Lutung Kasarong is actually Sang Hyang Guruminda. Since that day, Purbasari and Sang Hyang Guruminda led the kingdom peacefully. Purbasari teaches that godness, honesty, and courage can overcome evil. Thank you everyone for listening. I hope you enjoyed the story. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi Okay, thank you for contestant number 7. And then go on to contestant number 8. Please welcome Lala Camelia from SMK Mitra Karya Mandiri.
Hello everyone. My name is Lala Camelia. Today, I would like to tell a story about Little Red Riding Hood. Once upon a time, there was a little girl who lived in a village near a big forest. Her grandmother made her a beautiful red cloak with a big red hood, which she wore every time she went outside. And so, everyone in the village called her Little Red Riding Hood. One day, Little Red Riding Hood's mother said, "Grandma isn't feeling very well. Will you take this basket of wood to the forest into her cottage?" "Yes, mother," she said. Little Red Riding Hood said Little Red Riding Hood, "I sure would love to see Grandma." Then he put on her red cloak and he pulled up her red hood, and she took the basket of wood to the forest into her cottage. "Remember, don't talk to any strangers along the way." "I won," Little Red Riding Hood promised. Little Red Riding Hood didn't have to worry about getting lost in the forest because she knew the way to Grandma's house very well. But along the way, she saw some beautiful white flower growing in the bed. "I bet Grandma will really like this," she said to herself. Then she stopped to pick a few flowers. But suddenly, there was a weird sound behind her.
Riding Hood was very quiet. She looked around and saw a big bad wolf standing in the shadows between two trees. "Hello," she said. She didn't know the wolf was bad, and she had already forgotten her mother's word about talking to strangers. "Where are you going in this fine day?" asked the wolf. "I'm going to the grandma's cottage on the other side of the forest," said Little Red Riding Hood. "She isn't feeling well, and I'm bringing her this basket of food and these flowers." "Oh, what a sweet girl you are," said the wolf. And then he smiled and showed off his mouth full of sharp teeth. The big bad wolf was quite hungry, but he wasn't interested in the basket of food. Then Little Red Riding Hood said goodbye and went to meet her grandmother. To meet her grandmother. The big bad wolf was very hungry. He grinned and said, "I have an idea." And then he ran as fast as he could to the little Red Riding Hood's grandmother's house. When he arrived to the cottage, the sneaky wolf opened the door very quietly and found Grandma asleep in her bed. And then he picked up the old woman up. He picked up the old woman up, opened his great big mouth, and swallowed the poor grandma in just one gulp. And then she climbed to the bed. She climbed to the bed and pull up the blanket up into his chin. And then he put on Grandma's glasses and her nightclub. And he waited for the little girl to arrive to the cottage. When Little Red Riding Hood arrived to the cottage, he opened the door and saw Grandma laying in bed. "Hello, Grandma," she said. "Mother told me you weren't feeling well, so I brought you some food and some flowers," said Little Red Riding Hood. "Ah, what a sweet little girl you are. Come closer, my dear," said the wolf with his fake grandma's voice. Then Little Red Riding Hood approaches and noticed something different about her grandmother. "Oh my, what a big eyes and ears you have, Grandma," she said. "All the better to hear you with. Come closer, my dear," said the wolf. Replied the wolf. And then Little Red Riding Hood come closer to the bed. "Oh my, what a big mouth you have, Grandma," she said. And then, "All the better to eat you with," said the wolf. He jumped out of the bed. And he opened his great big mouth.
30 seconds left.
His big mouth. Little Red Riding Hood shrieked and tried to run, but the hungry wolf grabbed her up and swallowed the Little Red Riding Hood in just one gulp. Outside the cottage, a woodsman happened to be walking through the forest. When he heard Little Red Riding Hood's shriek of surprise, he hurried up.
Time is up.
He hurried inside
he hurried inside to see the big bad wolf with his huge and round belly. Then the woodsman grabbed up the big bad wolf, turned him upside down, and shook him by the feet. And then Little Red Riding Hood came tumbling out of the wolf's mouth, and Grandma followed. The big bad wolf ran for his life. The three of them chased the big bad wolf out of the cottage, out of the forest, and over a hill. The big bad wolf ran for his life, and he never seen again. Then the Little Red Riding Hood learned her lesson, and she never ever talked to strangers after that. Thank you very much for your attention, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Semangat. Okay, thank you. Okay, contestant number 8 has delivered the story and then go on to the next contestant. Please welcome contestant number 9, Syafa Aulin Najwa from SMK N1 Bulakamban.
Bentar, begini.
10, 11, and 12. Ready ya? Siap ya?
Suwe ora jamu godhong tewa. Suwe ora ketemu pisan gawe gowo. Do you know where the song comes from? Yes, the song comes from Central Java. It reminds me of the famous legend entitled Timun Mas. Okay, I'm Syafa Alinaja, and I'm going to tell you about Timun Mas. Once upon a time, in a quiet village in Central Java, lived an old woman named Mbok Srini. She had no children, but every day she prayed to the gods. Please, God, give me a child to love and care for. She whispered, and one day, while gathering firewood in the forest, Mbok Srini met a terrifying giant named Puto Ijo. He offered her a magical cucumber seed and said, I can grant your wish. Plant this seed. You have a child, but when she grows up, you must give her back to me. Mbok Srini was shocked. Do I really have a choice? The giant smirked darkly. No. With a heavy heart, Mbok Srini returned home and planted the seed. Soon,
large golden cucumber grew. And when she slit it open, she found a beautiful baby girl inside. Oh, darling, how beautiful you are. Mbok Srini cried happily. She named her Timun Mas. Time and time, Timun Mas grew into a kind and brave young girl. She loved her mother very much. Mom, I will always stay with you. I'm strong and I'm not afraid, said Timun Mas. Mbok Srini forced a smile and hiding the giant promise. Yes, darling, always. Years later, one day, Buto Ijo came to claim Timun Mas. Bos Rini, it's the time. Give me the girl to me. Mbok Srini begged. Please, give us more time, please. Time? No more time. Escape begins. Mbok Srini gave Timun Mas a small bundles of magical items. Huh? Oh, what are these for, Mom? Asked Timun Mas. Oh, run, my child. Use this to protect yourself. Timun Mas ran as fast as she could. Oh, stop, little girl! He roared. Timun Mas threw the salt turned into a big fessy. Who is this evil giant? Oh no! The giant shouted, struggling to cross. Timun Mas then threw the chili, become a fire. It is annoying giant. Huh? It's hot. This won't stop me. The giant crowed. Next, Timun Mas threw the cucumber seed, become a big thorny vines and wrapped around the giant. No, it is. I will catch you! He yelled, breaking free. Still, he continued, and finally, Timun Mas threw the shrimp paste, become a boiling mud. This is the end for you! But slowly he disappeared, and so Timun Mas lived happily ever after with her mother. Thank you for your attention. See you next time.
See you. Yeah.
Thank you, Miss. Makasih ya.
Please. 10, 11, and 12.
Boleh? Bisa. Minta tolong. Gak apa-apa. Kasih ya. Ini tadi kayak kan aku kelamaan ya, jadi yang Timun Masnya diseleb sama from the story we learn. Hah? Oh iya, sorry.
Contestant number 9 has delivered the story and then go on to the next contestant. Please welcome contestant number 10, Fiska Dwi Ayu from SMK Negeri 1 Tonjong.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, honorable judges and my dear friends. First of all, let's thank God for this beautiful day. My name is Fiska Dwi Ayu, and today I would like to share a famous legend from West Sumatra, Indonesia. It is a story about a mother's love and a son's betrayal. Do you know what the story is?
Bisa dong.
Yep. This is the legend of Malin, Kundang. Once upon a time, in a small village by the sea, lived a poor widow and her only son, Malin, Kundang. They were very poor, but they loved each other dearly. As Malin grew up, he said, "Mother, I want to go across the sea and become a rich man. I want to change our lives." And with a heavy heart, his mother allowed him to go. Go, my son. But please, don't forget me. They turned to weak. Weak turned to man. And man turned to year. One day, a magnificent ship anchored at the village. A wealthy man stepped out, dressed in expensive clothes, accompanied by a beautiful wife. The village shouted, "Malin has returned! Malin is home!" His mother, now old and weak, ran to the beach. With tears of joy, she cried, "Malin, my son, you're finally back!" But Malin was ashamed of his mother's appearance in front of his wife. He pushed her away and shouted, "Ah! Who are you? You are not my mother! My mother would never look like an old beggar like you!" The mother fell to the ground, heartbroken. She looked up the sky and prayed, "Oh God, if he is truly my son, please punish him for his cruelty!" Suddenly, the sky turned dark. A violent storm hit the sea. Thunder roared. Malin realized his mistake and screamed, "Mother, forgive me!" His body slowly turned cold and stiff until he turned into a large stone, kneeling in regret. Dear audiences, from this story, we can learn a very important lesson. Always respect and love your parents. No matter how successful you become, success means nothing if you forget the people who raise us with love. That is all from his story today. Thank you for your kind attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay. Okay guys, contestant number 10 has delivered the story, and then go on to the contestant number 11. Please welcome Nur Fauziatul from SMK Karya Bakti.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good morning, honorable judge and my dear friends. My name is Nur Faizatul Ramadhani. I'm from SMK Karya Bakti Brebes. Today, I would like to tell you a story about Bawang Merah, Bawang Putih. A long time ago, in a nice quiet village, there lived a wealthy merchant with his daughter, Bawang Putih, who was obedient and kind-hearted. The merchant's wife had long since passed away. One day, he approached a woman whom he was about to get married. The woman also has a daughter, Bawang Merah. They now became Bawang Putih's stepmother and stepsister. When Bawang Putih's father went to trade, the stepmother and Bawang Merah always treated her like a servant. Bawang Putih did all the work such as cleaning the house, cooking, washing clothes, and looking for firewood that was ordered by his stepmother. Whenever her work went wrong, the stepmother would punish her by not feeding her. Every morning, the stepmother and Bawang Merah took turns shouting at Bawang Putih to wash their clothes. Bawang Putih, wash my clothes! Yet they didn't give her enough time to finish and would even get mad because of their starvation. Bawang Putih, prepare the breakfast now! We are hungry! It made Bawang Putih's body become thinner until her father fell ill. She was very sad because of it. She never left her father alone, but then God decided differently. Her father died. Father, don't leave Bawang Putih. All her life was more miserable. Yet her stepmother and Bawang Merah were excited because the property and house of Bawang Putih's father now belonged to them. They worked her, tortured her. Sometimes she would cry at night. Oh Lord, please help me. Why are they always evil to me? One day, Bawang Putih went to the river to wash clothes. She was sleepy and hungry. She didn't realize that her stepmother's favorite shawl had washed away. It was drifting down the river. Oh no! Mother's favorite scarf is gone! I daren't go home! She will scold me! Bawang Putih met a farmer who was washing his coat and asked about the red scarf.
he saw that the red scarf was taken by an old grandmother who also was washing her clothes by the river she lived in the mountain. Bawang Putih immediately headed up the mountain until she found a wooden house and met the grandmother. "Excuse me, Grandma, did you find my mother's red scarf?" There was one condition, that the grandmother would give the red scarf back to her. Bawang Putih must help the grandmother first to cook, look for firewood, clean the house, and wash clothes. It was so easy for her because she used to doing it. "Bawang Putih, this is the red scarf you're looking for. Oh, I want to give you a gift, a pumpkin for you. Choose which one you like." Bawang Putih chose the small pumpkin and not the large one because she also carried a basket full of clothes. The grandmother gave her advice to not open the pumpkin until she arrived home. She was being scolded by her stepmother and Bawang Merah at home. "Where have you been, Bawang Putih? How dare you! You go out without my permission. Cut the pumpkin and cook it for us now. We are starving." Surprisingly, when she split the pumpkin, it was full of sparkling and expensive jewelry inside. "Huh? Where did you get the pumpkin?" Bawang Merah wanted to choose the large one so that she would get more jewelry than Bawang Putih. It gave the stepmother an idea to wash away the red scarf again in the river. Bawang Merah and the stepmother followed the red scarf down the river that was taken by the grandmother to the mountain. "I'm so tired." Bawang Merah felt tired because it was so far. But finally, they arrived at the grandmother's house. They were asked to help the grandmother doing the same work as Bawang Putih and choose the large pumpkin afterwards, but didn't obey the grandmother's advice. They opened it before arriving home. They were impatient to see the jewelry inside. On the other hand, they were in for a quiet surprise because they found venomous animals such as snakes, scorpions, and spiders inside the pumpkin. "Ah! Oh no, what is this? Ah!" They were bitten by the snakes and died in the middle of the forest. Their greed brought them to disaster. Meanwhile, Bawang Putih became wealthy because of the jewelry she had and continued her father's business. She enjoyed the fruits of her obedience and kindness. That's all from my story. Thank you for your attention and I hope you enjoyed the story. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay. Number 12. Okay, contestant number 11 has delivered the story, and now please go on to the next contestant. Please welcome contestant number 12 from SMK Madani, Shafira Junior. Please welcome.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Legend of Nusawa. Once, in the heart of the great archipelago, there was a large floating island called Nusawa. On this island, every animal belonged to a different tribe. The tiger of the deep jungle, the Garda birds of the high peaks, and the water buffalo, the muddy plains. All share the land. For centuries, they lived by the law of peace. The law was simple: do not step on my shadow, and I will not step on yours. The tiger stayed in the shade, the gorilla stayed in the clouds, and the buffalo stayed in the grass. They were peaceful, yes, but they were also strangers. If a tiger met a buffalo on a narrow path, they would simply look at the ground and pass in silence, each other like the head of the sun. It was just something they had to live with. One season, the great rains forgot to fall. The island began to tilt and sink into the sea. The tiger's jungle dried up. The buffalo's mud turned to cricket stone, and the gorillas found the fruit on the mountain tops. The animal gets her at the center of the island. We must rebuild our home to save Nusawa, cried the tiger. But when the tiger tried to build it, their claws were too sharp. They shredded the wood. When the gorillas tried, their wings were too light. They couldn't lift the heavy logs. When the buffaloes tried, their hooves were too clumsy to tie the vines. The island tilted further. The animals sat in gloomy silence, merely tolerating the sight of each other's failure. Then, a small angel stepped forward. Do you guys know sapu lidi? It is the broom that humans usually use. The angel squeaked. A single stick of palm rib can be snapped by a child, but 1,000 sticks tied together can sweep a palace. We have been standing side by side, like separate sticks, but we have never been tied together by a spell. The animals looked at one another. For the first time, they didn't just see a strength. They looked for a strength. The tiger turned to the buffalo and said, I respect your power. Use your weight to push log into place. The buffalo turned to gorilla and said, I respect your vision. To fly high and tell us where the strongest spines grow. The gorilla turned to the tiger and said, I respect your precision. Use your claws to carve the joint so the wood fits perfectly. As the reward, they arched. It wasn't just the sound of work. It was the sound of community in diversity. They realized that the tiger's stripes, the gorillas' feather, and the buffalo's horn were like different clouds of a body color. Each one made the wall pattern more beautiful. Together, they built a structure so magnificent and starry that it held the entire island of Nusawa steady. I can't wait. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. "13, 14, 15, and 16. 4 members. Yeah. 4 contestants. 13, 16, 15. Okay, guys, contestant number 12 has delivered the story. And then go on to contestant number 13, M. Garin Saputra from SMK N1 Tonjong. Please welcome.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Honorable judges and everyone, good afternoon. My name is Muhammad Garin Saputra and I'm a student at Vocational High School 1 Tonjong. Today, I would like to tell you the true story of three little crocodiles. Everybody thinks when it comes to a witch or a wizard, it's bad, but I'm pretty sure it's just a misunderstanding. Anyway, let's get back into once upon a time, I was making a glimmering honey cake for my dear old granny's birthday, and then I realized I had run out of the most important ingredient, swamp honey, and I also happen to have a terrible mystic flu that causes my magic is unpredictable every time I sneeze. So I walked down the street to ask my neighbor for a cup of honey. Now, this neighbor was a crocodile, and he wasn't too bright either. He had built his house out of a straw. Can you believe it? Out of a straw. I tried to knock on his door, but it fell right in. Then I called, "Little crocodile, are you in?" No one answers. Then I felt my nose started to itch. I huff and I puff and I tried to cover my mouth with my hand, but I accidentally blew his house down. And there, in the middle of the pile of straw, I saw the first crocodile lying dead as a doornail. Now, you have to understand that crocodile scales are worth $1 million. It feels like a shame to leave such a treasure, right? So, I harvested him. Think of it like ordering a cup of honey and then finding a premium pastry served on the side for free. Now, I feel a little better, but I still didn't get my honey. So, I went to the second house. Now, this neighbor was the first little crocodile's brother, and he wasn't too smart either. He had built his house out of a fine branches, which is supposed to be indestructible. I knocked on his door. Then I called, "Mr. Crocodile, are you in?" And he yelled back at me, "Go away, wizard, I'm polishing my snout." Then I feel another sneeze coming in. I huff and I puff and I try to cover my mouth with my cloak, but I sneezed a big magical blast, and you're not going to believe it. With those fine branches snapping like a dry twigs. Finally, I went to the third house. Now, this neighbor was the brain of the family. He had built his house out of a basalt bricks, glowing with a productive energy. I banged my stuff on his door. Boom! Then I called, "Mr. Crocodile, are you in?" And do you know what that rude little reptile answered to me? "Go away, you old warlock, don't bother me again." Talking about manners, he probably had a whole barrel of honey, but he wouldn't even just give me one cup for my dear old granny's cake. And then, I felt another sneeze coming in. I huff and I puff and I sneezed once again. "Hachu Stawafai!" And he yelled back at me, "And your grandma can sit in a cursed chair." I'm usually a calm fellow, but when someone talks about my grannies like that, I go a little crazy. When the king's guard arrived, I was trying to break down those basalt with every spell in my book. Then I also huffing and puffing and sneezing a fire, making a real scene. The news reporter thought a sick guy trying to borrow a cup of honey doesn't sound really exciting, So they just up with huff and puff and blow your house down stuff. That's it. That's the real story. I was framed. But maybe you happen to have a cup of honey? Okay everyone, so that is the story I've been telling you about. For your attention, I say thank you and have a magical day ahead. Farewell.
Okay, thank you. Oke, ini ya, dari ini sama itu mejanya di situ. Hah? Okay, contestant number 13 has delivered the story and then gone to the next contestant. Please welcome Karomah Jaya, contestant number 14 from SMK 1 Brebes. Itu lah. Diangkatin itu. Diangkatin itu.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning to you all, especially the judges, teachers, and audience. My name is Karomah Jaya. I am from Vocational High School State 1 Brebes. Hello everyone. Before I begin, let me ask you one thing. Do you know Permanent Temple? Where is it located? The existence of Prambanan Temple located in Yogyakarta is closely linked to the legend of Roro Jonggrang. The legend of Roro Jonggrang is a popular folktale from Central Java and Yogyakarta that explain the magical origins of Prambanan Temple and the surrounding sites. Now, listen carefully please. I want to tell you a story entitled Roro Jonggrang. Once upon a time, there were two in the kingdom, Pengging Kingdom and Keraton Boko. Pengging Kingdom was led by Prabu Damar Moyo. He had a son named Pandu Bondowoso. Meanwhile, Keraton Boko was led by a cruel and easily angry king named Prabu Boko. However, Prabu Boko had a very beautiful daughter named Roro Jonggrang. Pati Kubo, I want to revolt and have control over Pengging Kingdom. I want to be the strongest king in this land. Wow! Of course, Your Majesty. I will execute your command. Prabu Boko died in the war. Pati Kubo ran away. He reported to Roro Jonggrang that her father was killed by Pengging Naiteng Bandung Bondowoso. Roro Jonggrang was very sad. But suddenly, Bandung Bondowoso and his soldiers came to Keraton Boko. Hi, beautiful lady. Who are you? I am Roro Jonggrang, the daughter of Prabu Boko. Is that you who have killed my father? Oh, sorry, Roro Jonggrang. I didn't mean to. Because your father took my kingdom. Oh, Roro Jonggrang, would you be my queen, please? If you want to marry me, you must build 1,000 temples just in one night. Could you? Bandung Bondowoso accepted the challenge and he called his generous army. Come to me, my generous army! Come to me! I need your help! Come! What can we do, my lord? Please build me 1,000 temples just in one night. All right, my lord, we'll do it right away. The Chinese army worked in unbelievable speed. Roro Jonggrang was very worried, but then she had a strategy. My servant, please help me. Please prepare a lot of rice straw and burn it. The strategy made the dark night seem to be bright and sun was going to rise in the east. Oh, look! The sun is coming! We have to go! Bandung Bondowoso was very upset because the temple was unfinished. But then he knew Roro Jonggrang had tricked him. Roro Jonggrang! I have 999 temples. I just need one more temple. And the last one will be you! And Roro Jonggrang turned into statue. Ladies and gentlemen, now we can see the statue of Roro Jonggrang in Prambanan Temple. From the story of Roro Jonggrang, we can learn that arrogance, revenge, and deception will only lead to regret in the end. Roro Jonggrang who deceived and Bandung Bondowoso who forged his will both face negative consequences. Therefore, we should always be honest, respect others, and not force our desires on others. Honestly, patience, and mutual respect are the keys to avoiding conflict and creating a peaceful life. That's all about my story. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Mas, Ivan. Maksimal 7 menit. Gimana? Sehat. Oh, alhamdulillah. Okay guys, contestant number 14 has Deli for the story and then go on to the next contestant. Please welcome contestant number 15, Amelia Nadira from SMK N1 Kersana.
Iya, makasih ya.
Now, Purbasari is gone, and I deserve to be the next queen. To win the girl, the monster has to fall. Well, greetings, honorable judges, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Amelia Nadira from Vocational High School, 1 Kesana. And today, I would like to tell you the story entitled The Legend of Lutung Kasari. Long, long ago, in the kingdom of Sundapura, there lived a wise king named Prabu Tapa Agung. He had 2 daughters from different wives. The first daughter is Purbarara. She was very proud and mean to everyone. And the second daughter was Purbasari. She was gentle, humble, and loved by all people. The king knew that Purbasari deserved to be the next queen. Then he told to Purbasari that she would rule the kingdom. Hearing that, Purbarara became mad. OMG! Hello, Dad! Is this for real? She's gonna be the next queen? And what about me, Dad? Please! No matter how hard Purbarara heard it, the king would not listen to her. After that, Purbarara went to Wicked Witch and had a wicked plan. Hey, witch! Oh, hey. I come here because I want to ask you something. I want you to run my sexual life! She had dared to take the throne from me! Then the witch replied, Princess Purbarara, you've come to the right place. Just give me diamonds and jewelry. Your sister gonna be miserable. Some days later, when Purbasari was walking, she suddenly heard something behind her. Hey, princess, you look so beautiful. Do you want your man to run your life? No, it doesn't matter. You are going to be miserable. Boom! Abracadabra! Bye! Oh my God! What happened to me? My skin, my face. Somebody please help me. Purbasari kept crying and crying, but there was nothing that she could do. Purbarara said to his dad, Prabu Tapa Agung, look at little sister. She is all ugly now, and we don't want to gossip in this kingdom, right? So Dad, you should kick her out, unless you want to make this kingdom curse because of her. After that, Purbasari was exiled into the forest. Purbasari was crying in the forest. Look at me. I will never pass for a perfect bride, for a perfect son. I don't know what happened to me. I wish that this misery would end here. Suddenly, she saw a monkey, but strangely, he could talk. Hey! Princess, where are you? Look so sad. Don't cry anymore. My name is Lutung Kasari. Nice to meet you. One morning, Lutung Kasari had a wonderful idea to bring Purbasari to a magical lake hidden behind a waterfall. to back to the kingdom. Purbalingga was shocked to see Purbasari's arrival. Hey, sister. Oh, you're finally not huge and white. Ugly. What about the combination? Whoever has the longest hair will become queen. Purbalingga became shocked that Purbasari's hair was even longer. This can't be true! No. Next contest. Whoever has the most handsome fiancé will be queen. This is my fiancé, Indra Jaya. Where is yours? Then Batu Kasarung step forward. Hey, I'm fiancé Purbasari. Said Batu Kasarung. Your fiancé is a freaking monkey! Disgusting! Suddenly, Batu Kasarung stepped forward, and he became a very handsome young man. He actually was Samyang Gurabinda, and finally Purbasari and Samyang Gurabinda ruled the kingdom peacefully. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, good. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay. And then we will get the last contestant. It is a contestant number 16. Please welcome Ayu Mugni from SMK Al Falah Songgong. Please.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable of the Judges, the respectable all of teachers, and what all of the audiences. Hello everyone, my name is Ayu Rahayu. I'm from Vocational High School of Al Falah Songgong. I'm standing here for the storytelling about the hare and the tortoise. Please enjoy my storytelling. Thank you. Once upon a time, in a peaceful green forest, there lived a swift and boastful hare. He loved to run and show off his speed. Every day, he would brag to the other animals. I am the fastest animal in the forest, he said proudly. Nearby, there lived a quiet and patient tortoise. He never argued, but he worked hard and never gave up. One sunny morning, this hare saw the tortoise walking slowly along the path. He laughed loudly and said, "Ha ha 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 ha! Why are you moving so slowly? You will never get anywhere like that." The tortoise looked at him calmly and said, "Speed is not everything. I may be slow, but I am third mind. I challenge you to race with me." The hare was surprised, then burst into laughter. "Ha ha ha ha! A race with you? That's the funny things I've ever heard," he said, but he accepted the challenge, thinking it would be an easy win. The next day, all the animals gathered with excitement. A wise folk chosen as the judge, and birds sat on branches, and even the deer come to watch. "Ready, set, go!" shouted the fox. The hare
shot forward like an arrow. The feet barely touching the ground, and within seconds, the hare was far ahead of the tortoise. After a while, the hare looked back and couldn't even see the tortoise. Is this rest too easy? I have lots of time to relax. He found a shady tree and lay down. The gentle breeze and warm sunshine make him feel sleepy. I just take a short nap. He thought. Meanwhile, the tortoise kept going, step by step. He walked steadily, never stopping, never doubting himself. Even though he kept going toward the finish line. Hours passed. The tortoise reached the tree where the hare was sleeping. He passed him quietly, slowly but surely. And after that, he was reached the finish line. As the sky turned orange, the hare suddenly woke up. He looked around and realized the tortoise was gone. What? Where is he? He ran as fast as he could, faster than ever before. But when he reached the finish line, all the animals were cheering. The tortoise had already won. The hare lowered his head, feeling ashamed. He finally understood his mistake, being too confident and careless. The tortoise smiled gently and said, "It's not about being fast, it's about never giving up." The moral of the story is, don't be arrogant and underestimate other people's abilities. Thank you very much for your nice attention. And the last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay. That's the end of storytelling competition, and then we will see the result and let the judges for account and discuss about the result. Thank you. Yeah. Udah selesai.